हेलो दोस्तों, दिस इज मनीष एंड यू आर वाचिंग एलिट मनीष सर की क्लासेस। दोस्तों, आज हम बीए सेकंड सेम इंग्लिश लिटरेचर पेपर 2 से रिलेटेड कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट एमसीक्यूज को डिस्कस करेंगे। पेपर 1 से रिलेटेड एमसीक्यूज हमने पिछले वीडियो में डिस्कस किए थे, जिसका लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगा। सो विदाउट फर्दर डिले, let's begin our today's class. Our first question is, Tennyson is the representative poet of? The correct answer is Victorian age. Tennyson was appointed as the Poet Laureate of England in which year? The correct answer is 1850. Tennyson's Ulysses is A or N? Dramatic monologue. Tennyson's poem Ulysses was first published in which year? The correct one is 1842. The kingdom of King Ulysses was Ithaca. Ulysses is the father of Telemachus. Ulysses wants to follow knowledge like a sinking star. According to Ulysses, all experience is a or an. The correct answer is an arc. Who is the speaker of lines made weak by time and fate but strong in will? To strive, to seek, to find and not to yield. The correct answer is Ulysses. These are the concluding lines of this great dramatic monologue. What is dramatic monologue? Dramatic monologue is one man's speech when he is in the company that doesn't speak and remains a silent listener. Robert Browning belongs to Victorian poets. Browning's father was a clerk. Robert Browning was one of the most dash poets. Fill in the blank. He was one of the optimistic poets, friends. Robert Browning's wife was also a renowned poet. What was her name? The correct answer is Elizabeth Barrett. Browning wrote a poem entitled The Lost Leader. Whom does he call the lost leader? The correct answer is William Wordsworth. Who believes that God is in his heaven, all is right with the world? The correct answer is Browning. Poetic style of Browning was charged with obscurity. Browning's My Last Duchess is A or N? The correct one is dramatic monologue. The poem My Last Duchess was first published in 1842. What is the Duke arranging in My Last Duchess? The Duke is arranging a new marriage for himself. What art object is the poem My Last Duchess primarily about? The correct answer is a portrait. To whom is the Duke speaking? The Duke is speaking to the envoy. Who is the painter mentioned in My Last Duchess? The name of the painter is Fra Pandolf. Who among the following does not belong to the Victorian age? The correct answer is Wordsworth, because Wordsworth belongs to the Romantic age. Arnold's father was a headmaster who called poetry a criticism of life. The correct answer is Matthew Arnold. Who wrote on the origin of species? The correct one is Charles Darwin. This book got published in 1859. Now the next question. Arnold's Tircis is an elegy on the death of Clough. Who wrote Sohrab and Rustam? Arnold. When was Darwin first published? 1867. Arnold pleads for blank method. Fill in the blank. Arnold pleads for touchstone method. In which poem prescribed in your course do we find the mention of Sophocles? The correct answer is Dorbeach. People can find the lost faith only through. The correct answer is love. Nor certitude, nor hope, nor help, nor pain. It is an example of. The correct answer is anaphora. T.S. Eliot belongs to modern age. Eliot's poem The love song of J. Alfred Prufrock starts with the line, "Let us go." What is the genre of the poem Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock? The correct one is a dramatic monologue. When did W.B. Yeats get Nobel Prize? In 1923. Who cannot hear the falconer? The correct answer is falcon. Next question is, what is the middle name of Yeats? The correct answer is Butler. His full name is William Butler Yeats. The image Spiritus Mundi is made of a lion and a man. Where was W.B. Yeats born? The correct answer is Sandymount, Ireland. Where was T.S. Eliot born? St. Louis, Missouri. Where was Philip Larkin born? Coventry, England. When was W.B. Yeats born? It was 1865. When was T.S. Eliot born? 1888. When was Philip Larkin born? 1922. Who among the following edited the Oxford Book of 20th Century English Verse? The correct answer is Larkin. Who among the following is associated with Abbey Theatre? The correct one is Yeats. Who wrote The Waste Land? Eliot. Who received the Nobel Prize? Yeats, Eliot, both of these, none of these. The correct answer is both of these. Eliot received the prize in 1948 and Yeats in 1923. Maud Gonye is associated with W.B. Yeats. Which poem opens to the image of a falcon flying in a spiral or gyre that keeps widening, but the falcon cannot hear its master, the falconer? The correct one is Yeats, The Second Coming. Which poem opens with the quotation taken from Dante's Inferno? The correct one is Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. What is the full name of T.S. Eliot? The correct answer is Thomas Stearns Eliot. Next question. The elegy Arnold wrote on the death of his father, Thomas Arnold, is Rugby Chapel. In the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock, we find the reference of Hamlet. Prufrock is suffering from all of the above: indecision, lack of courage, alienation and dilemma of modern age. Identify the poem which begins with the lines, "Once I am sure there is nothing going on, I step inside, letting the door thud shut." The correct answer is Larkin's Church Going. The first collection of Larkin's poetry is The North Ship. The time span of Victorian period is 1837 to 1901. Philip Larkin belongs to? The correct answer is modern age. Which decade is called Naughty 90s? It's 1890s. The Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, a group of English artists including Dante Gabriel Rossetti, William Holman Hunt and John Millais, came into existence in which year? The correct answer is 1848. Which school is called the Flashy School of Poetry? It is again the Pre-Raphaelite School of Poetry. The 30s poets include W.H. Auden, Stephen Spender, Cecil D. Lewis, all of these. The correct answer is all of these. What is rhythm? Rhythm is the beat and pace of poem created by the pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables. What is rhyme? Rhyme is the pattern of sounds that repeats at the end of a line or stanza. What is theme? Theme is the underlying message that an artist or a writer wants to convey through his or her work. What is tone? Tone is the literary device that reflects the writer's attitude towards the subject matter or audience of a literary work. A word or phrase that departs from straightforward literal languages. The correct one is figure of speech. What is a direct address to the dead, to the absent, or to a personified object or idea? The correct answer is personification. When the sound of a word resembles the sound it denotes, the figure of speech is onomatopoeia. What is the poetic device when the real meaning is exactly opposite of that which is expressed by words apparently? The correct one is irony. The repetition of vowel sounds in a sequence of nearby words is called assonance. In an iamb, an unstressed syllable is followed by stressed syllable. The generally used meter in sonnet is iambic pentameter. In trochee, a stressed syllable is followed by one unstressed syllable. Find the figure of speech in the line, the ploughman homeward plods his weary way. The correct answer is transferred epithet. Find the figure of speech in the line, on Saturday I caught 3 fish and a cold. The correct one is zeugma. Find the figure of speech in the line, together we stand, divided we fall. It is antithesis. Find the figure of speech in the line, he is not the brightest man in the world. The correct answer is litotes. Find the figure of speech in the line, all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Its correct answer is hyperbole. Find the figure of speech in the line, the world is a stage. The correct one is metaphor. Find the figure of speech in the line, she is as fresh as dew. The correct answer is simile. The term negative capability is associated with John Keats. Capable of being in uncertainties, mysteries, doubts, without any irritable reaching after fact and fiction is called negative capability. What is Scansian? Scansian is to study a verse line. Who is called the father of English criticism? It is John Dryden. Which criticism is concerned with the critical study and discussion of a particular work and is also known as applied criticism? It is practical criticism. Who is the writer of the book Practical Criticism? The correct answer is I.A. Richards. Who is the writer of the 1941 book The New Criticism? It's J.C. Ransom. Who is the writer of Lives of the English Poets? Dr. Samuel Johnson. What is pentameter? Pentameter is a line of verse consisting of 5 metrical feet. What is prosody? Prosody is the study of the laws regulating the structure of lines of poetry. The tone which is used to present an interest in the past and past events is called nostalgic tone. Who among the following does not belong to modern age? The correct answer is Tennyson, because Tennyson belongs to Victorian age. Blank stands for a group of poets who were writing their poems in the 50s and 60s of the 20th century. The correct answer is the movement poetry. Who among the following belongs to the movement poetry? It is Philip Larkin. With this, I end today's class friends. जल्द ही मुलाकात होगी एक नए वीडियो के साथ. तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद.